Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dog. Giving them all dressed like $1 million bucks. Diamond things in his cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Oh, yeah. Listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Steve Harvey. Oh, listen, Steve Harvey. Why don't you join me? Yeah. Steve Harvey. Get them on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, you join in with me. Go with me, help me say. You gotta turn it on, yeah. Turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. I know y'all can hear me on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Turn them out. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey. Got a radio show. Well, I got to tell you something, everybody, and this is great news for everybody, that I'm going to share something with your principle of becoming successful at whatever level you choose. It can be successful in a relationship, successful in a family. Success is maybe considered to you becoming a homeowner. It could be being debt-free. Your idea of success could be $60,000 a year, $50,000 a year, $100,000 a year. It doesn't matter. If you're considering it, if you're wanting it, if you have a desire to become successful, I want to share with you the very beginning of that. If no one's ever done it, I'm going to say the beginning of it today. See, Scripture makes it very clear for us that the only thing you need to become successful is already inside of you. It's not an external need. God wouldn't do that to you. He puts the core basis of everything you need inside of you. So if you discover it, if you tend to it, nurture it, fertilize it, and water it, it grows, it branches out. Then it reaches out externally and it starts grabbing things outside of there to make it even bigger, stronger, better, last longer. But in the very beginning, you don't need anything. It's all within you. And if you cultivate your relationship with God, it comes out, it flourishes. Now let me tell you, that thing that I'm talking about is a God-given gift that He has given to all of us. We all possess it. It is all within us. Everybody has a gift. Had somebody told me what I know now, back then, I would have saved myself tons of mistakes. I just didn't know the principles. I had to learn them all. Well, one of the principles of becoming successful is your mindset. You got to get your mind right. Now, this mindset is simply a decision that you can make. I can't get it for you. I can tell you what to do, but you got to make the decision. You that's listening have to decide, you know what? I'm going to go on and get at it. I'm going to stop renting. I'm going to become a homeowner. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop living check to check. I'm going to put a budget together. I'm going to stop stepping out on my family. I'm going to go home. I'm going to get it together. I'm going to stop using. When you make these decisions, that's correcting your mindset. Now, the closer connection you have with God, the more help you get sustaining the mindset. How many times have you started to do something and you stopped? How many resolutions have you made at the new year and stopped by February? Over with by mid-January, done in March. Because if you don't have a clear connection with your Creator to help you carry out, the other force out there, that evil force, is designed to get you not to reach your goals, get you not to come to resolution with whatever the resolutions are you made, so you can consider yourself not worthy or a failure or unable to do something. But the more things you are able to accomplish, the greater your confidence grows. So we got to get your mindset together. Your mindset is a decision that you have to make. When you make the decision, you can begin the process. Your mindset is also a will of yours, a will along with the decision, a willingness to do right, a willingness to change, a willingness to be better. It's going to then cause you to have to make a decision to make a change of direction. Don't go where everybody else going. You got to go your way now. You can't follow the crowd. You got to take a less traveled path. You cannot do this without changing your direction. You can't keep hanging with the people you've been hanging with if you want to be different, because they not. Then you have to develop an obligation to yourself. You've got to say, you know what, for me and my family, or if you don't have a family, for me, I owe it to myself. I have an obligation to myself to be the best me that I can possibly be, to be the best self that I can possibly be, to be the best father, the best man, the best husband, the best wife, the best mother, the best daughter, the best son, the best student, the best employee, the best owner. You have an obligation to yourself to give yourself a shot at the best life you can. That's an obligation. You owe that to yourself. Why would you not live the best life that you possibly could? You have an obligation to yourself. Why would you cheat yourself like that? Why would you take yourself and never allow yourself to see the goodness that's already in you, to have the abundance that's been promised to you, to go and explore all the riches out there that's available to you? And but one of the worst ways that you can rob yourself of the joy of your obligation is to keep comparing yourself to somebody else. Because guess what, man? That ain't your life. You ain't Jay-Z and Beyonce. You're not Oprah and Stedman. That's not who you are. Quit looking around at everybody else. That comparison of everybody else will keep you broken. It'll keep you unhappy. You won't even be able to be grateful for what you have because you steady talking about what you don't have. That's not the way, man. You have an obligation to yourself to be the best you can be, not the best them. You're not them. Stop trying to be them. Be the best you. It's cool. You got a nice little house. That's cool. You know how many big houses is empty and filled with hate and resentment? I'd rather have a smaller house filled with joy in it than to go to a big house. Man, Prince got a line in a song that says, I realized in its best disguise, a pretty house don't make a home. Man, don't you know I know how true that is? So I'm just trying to tell you. Now, another part of the mindset is taking dead aim at your life's goals and ambitions. What are they? What are your goals and your visions? What do you see for yourself? What do you dream about? If you knew you couldn't fail at whatever it is you were attempting, what would you go attempt? See, that's what we need to be after. It's a mindset, y'all. It's a decision. It's a will. It's a change of direction. It's an obligation to yourself. It's taking dead aim at your life's visions and goals. Come on, man. You got to get your mind wrapped around this thing. You owe it to yourself to live the best life you can be. Come on, man. Talk to God. God got something for you. You just got to check in with him.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Good morning, everybody. It's your boy, James Brown, and you're about to listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. I want to give you a big hand because you made it. You made it through Monday, and today is Tuesday. Look at that. Now look at ya. And you know what? We're going to do it again on Tuesday with my girl, Shirley Strawberry. What's up, Shirley? What's up?
Hey, good morning, Jay. Glad to hear you sounding so good this morning.
It's under the weather. I have an excuse from the doctor.
Oh, do you now?
Yes, I do.
Well, it's acceptable whether you have an excuse from the doctor or not. We got you.
Y'all, please put your hands together for my girl, Carla Farrell. What's up, Carla?
Good morning, J. Anthony Brown. How are you today, dear?
I'm doing good, baby. I am doing so good. God is good. Say it.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
And all the time.
God is good.
God is good. All right, y'all, please put your hands together for my writing partner, Junior. What's up, Junior?
What's going on, Jay? It's Emmy nominated, Junior. Just want you to make sure you put that in there, because I got to say that now. I got to say that. Morning, everybody.
Now introduced as Emmy nominated Junior.
From now on.
Okay, no problem.
Jay, you've
All
been
right.
warned.
And he is the king of pranks because I'm on Team Tommy all the time. Y'all, please put your hands together for Tommy. Tommy.
Top of the
Tommy.
morning, J. Anthony Brown, Carla Farrell, Shirley Strawberry, and Junior. What it do, baby?
Emmy nominated.
What's up,
Junior.
T?
I mean, nominated.
Emmy
Junior.
nominated. Thank
Ain't
you.
nobody saying that every time.
Come on,
Just-
Carla. Come on. I ain't got but one
you
award.
could be
Carla,
ENJ.
Man
just
ain't
let
got but
that go.
one
We'll
thing.
have a poem. You know, he'll come up with a poem. If
Oh, if
come
he
on.
made a
Matter of
poem
fact,
about
that's what we're going
this
to write
Emmy.
about. That's what we're going to write
You have it
about.
tomorrow. We'll do a poem tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Great idea. Thanks, Shirley.
Thank you. Y'all so wonderful. Thank y'all.
Well, coming up today, guys, the president addressed the nation yesterday. Oh, Lord. We'll talk about that. Nephew Tommy has 2 prank phone calls for us today.
Yes!
We'll do a little comedy roulette. Tell me something
love
good, some heroic news. And later on, President Obama released a written statement about the mass shootings. And OMG, so heartfelt, so presidential. That is what we're missing in America today.
His
We're
written
missing a
statement was
president.
better
That's what
than
we're
Trump
missing.
talking.
We're
I mean, it really
missing
was.
a president.
Since he's been in
Anything.
office, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Lord. I know the rest of the countries be looking at us like, oh, they ain't got no president. What's wrong with that?
Right,
They
right.
ain't got no president. Where they
Yeah.
president at?
Your president's stupid.
Yeah, so we'll get into all of that today as the morning goes on. Of course, I have a strawberry letter for you. This one's crazy. Wait till you hear this one. The subject, his goal is to please me.
Whoa.
It's not what you
We're
think,
not
though.
mad at his goal.
Not what you think, though. Not what you
I
think.
reach my goals.
Okay.
I reach my goals.
That sound good.
What'd you
So
say,
you
nephew?
say.
What'd you say?
I reach my goal.
Oh, okay. Well, is this
Sound like
letter
somebody
about
with a lot of
you?
gold nugget rings. That's what that is. That's exactly what it is.
GOALJ. Not
Well, you said it, I didn't see
GOLD.
it, so.
Still say it the same way. Go, go.
Gold and goal.
Yeah.
It's 2 completely different words. Coming up at 32 after the hour, we're going to start the show with a laugh because it is time for something funny, time for some healing. Jay wrote this segment. It's called Now That I'm Older, Everything Gets on My Nerves. Everything gets on my nerves.
Everything.
We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, so it is time for something funny. Thank you, Jay. Right now is when we need a little laugh with the things going on in this country. This segment, explain it. It's called Now That I'm Older, Everything Gets on My Nerves.
I have reached
Oh.
the point in my life where every damn thing gets on my nerves. Number 1, people who sing my favorite song when they're in the car. That's my song. Don't sing it.
Ooh, your nerves bad.
Yes. That's my song. Don't
Okay.
sing it.
I'm
I ain't
with you, Jay.
finished. I ain't
Yeah.
finished. People who point at stuff while I'm driving. Look at that house. I'm driving. Don't point at the damn thing.
Touchy, touchy.
You sound like Steve. More like Steve every day.
Men and women who chew gum and pop it. I don't like that. Get your ass out the car, Grandma. I don't want to hear it.
Popping gum is so much fun, though.
Do it.
girl,
I know
that's
we've
my
all
jam.
been here with this one. People you talk to on the phone, but they can't take the hint that the conversation is over.
Over.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, all right now.
Don't
Well,
want to get off.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
That's all of us.
All righty.
Yeah. We all
got
hate
Oh,
it.
yeah.
We hate talking on the
Okay.
phone. Unless it's
People
to
who-
each other.
People who stare at you when you sleep. What are you?
What is that about?
What is you looking at?
What is that about? Sleep watching?
This is really a good one here. I can't
What?
take it because people who eat too damn slow. Oh my God.
Ooh, Shirley.
I know. That's
too.
me. Because I chew my food. I chew
Oh,
it.
we got to go.
Ooh, and she don't hurry so we
Ah,
can
we
get
got
the
to get
check.
out of here.
But when she eat a chicken wing, she in rare form. Man. She in rare form with a chicken wing.
It's faster.
Up
Stand
under
that.
her nails
Oh, my God.
is grease.
Tommy got some wings from somewhere. They were so good. I left him one. he asked me, did I want a
Ate the
cup?
box.
I ate the box. Left him one. They
You
were
just
so
gotta
good.
know I'm on the edge and everything make me upset. People
Okay,
who
what are you
sing,
talking about?
we're talking about, now that I'm older, Carla, everything get on my damn nerves. We going down the list. These are some things that upset me. People who sing when they got headphones on. Keep it to yourself.
Oh, it's
I don't
loud,
wanna
isn't
hear
it? It was
you-
loud.
I don't want to hear your song. I
Forever,
don't wanna
my
hear
lady.
Junior, I know Junior does.
Light the street. I got headphones on, too.
People, all right, these are things that upset me now that I'm older. Everything upset me. People that talk through the whole damn movie, the entire.
Oh, I can't stand
I
that.
have a friend that does that.
No.
I will ask you to leave.
Really?
Yeah, I will.
I have a
Watch
friend
this.
that does that.
You don't run the movie
I
theater.
don't. But I run the one I'm in.
Oh. Yeah. Watch this. Here they go. Watch. This is the good part.
That's the one I'm talking about. People go to the movie, but they can't hear a damn thing. They can't hear nothing.
What'd he say?
What did she?
No, that's me.
What did he say?
Yeah. What they say?
What did,
That's me.
Closed caption, Netflix.
what the lady said? Oh, no, I ain't hear nothing. What did they say?
Oh, you need
That's
closed
me.
caption.
Ooh, that's me.
I
That's
know
me.
that is
We
you,
went to go
Carla.
see The Lion King, and I kept saying, Tasha, what'd he say?
Oh, you were getting on Tasha's
Hakuna
nerves,
Matata.
Carla.
Yeah, mama.
But how you know this
Mama.
movie?
That
though?
is Carla Farrell, though. That is her.
I can't hear nothing.
Huh? What did they?
That's
these are the
radio
same
for all
people-
these years.
You know what? These are the people who go to the restroom and come back. What I miss? What? So what?
Oh,
happened?
yeah. Yeah, you better
That's
hold
right.
it. You better hold it.
I can't.
All right. This is if you have a teenager, things that get on my nerves, or a young person, a millennial living with you. I've had this happen. People that borrow your clothes, but you don't know they borrowed it until you see their ass on Facebook.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
That has
nephew-
happened to me.
Oh, you know my daughter Sheridan.
Oh, this boy done went and put my Louis Vuitton shoes on like they was his. What
They rocking
the
them.
hell is wrong with you?
I saw my nephew. I'm like, dude, you ain't got no hats. Where you get hats from, man?
No, you don't have a job. That's what I say.
Exactly.
Don't have none of that.
Okay, this is another one. Things that get on my nerves. People that wake you up in the middle of the night and ask you, "Was you sleep?"
No, it's just 2:30. It's just 2:30.
That's me.
No.
It's just 2:30.
I do that to my husband all the time.
I know.
Baby, you sleep.
I
You be
know.
Hey,
like,
baby, baby, you sleep?
No, I'm over here rehearsing dead. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Sleep.
These are things that get on my nerve now that I'm older. Every damn thing is on. People who let people cut the line. Oh, hell no.
Oh, you
Yeah,
don't like
both
that,
of y'all.
Jay?
No.
Can't carry y'all
no.
butt to the back now.
the line police.
Oh.
Tommy run everything, don't he?
I am when I'm in line.
I'm getting in line first so you can continue shopping for me and bring it back to me.
Oh,
so
we're
I
not
can-
doing that back
Oh,
in the
yes,
little
we
relay.
are.
You seen that
But I
little
hate when they
relay.
get to the front of the line
Yeah.
and the person they sent to go get something don't make it back
I
in
know.
time. Get your ass out the way. What the hell we waiting on? Bread? We waiting on bread?
He on line 8 and can't find honey wheat.
Golly.
And they be in the store yelling, "You want one or two?
Yes. Yes.
Did you want
Yes,
one of them?
Jay.
Or
Yes.
two? 'Cause they on sale. They on sale. You
Why?
want one of them?
Right.
You want the kidney beans? You might as well get them too. They on sale too."
And why does the
Hey, hey.
cashier act like he powerless though? Tell him to step out the way.
But hey, Jay, You got to throw this one in, Jay. Since we at the cash register. The person that's in that 15-item line but got 30 items, they need their ass whooped.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You know
They know.
You know what, Tommy? They need to take that stick and beat their ass with it, man.
Then slide it back down. Yeah. Man, can't stand
This is
that.
the last one.
Okay, last one.
Things that really get on my nerve. People that come out the restroom and don't warn you before you go in there. They don't say a damn thing. They just let you.
Oh,
But
no.
look at you as you're going in. God, dog.
All right, we got to cut it short right there, Jay. That was good. That was really good. Coming up next, it is the nephew in the building with Run That Prank Back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, coming up at the top of the hour, entertainment news. Now, actor Jason Mitchell finally breaks his silence on The Chi, the TV show. He's going to talk about that situation. Plus, in other entertainment news, R. Kelly is charged with sex crimes in Minnesota now. And the judge orders Spinderella and Salt and Pepper into mediation. All right? Yeah.
They beefing about.
Yeah, I have a confession to make. When I first saw that word, I thought it was meditation. I was like, why is the judge ordering them to meditate?
They don't need to
didn't get
meditate.
it.
It'll
Yeah.
make you meditate.
I didn't get it.
will.
Go in the court.
Right now, though, it is time for the nephew in the building to run that prank back. What you got for us, Neff?
Girl Scout cookies.
Lord.
Scared.
You got to say it in prank mode. Girl Scout cookies.
Get your girl some Thin Mints, though.
He ain't lying.
Girl Scout cookies. Let's go, cat dog.
Hello?
Hello, my feet.
Who's this?
How you doing, man? My name is Glenn, man. I work in Building 2. You work for Media, right?
Yeah, what's going on?
So we probably met a couple times. Do you have a girl? You have a girlfriend?
Why, what's up?
You guys live together or what?
What is this your business? Like, what's the deal? Why are you asking about my girl?
Well, let me ask you this here. What's going on with you and at the job?
What do you mean? What's going on with like?
I mean, you know, right?
I mean, so what? Like, what's the deal? Who are you? Like, who the are you? Like, what is this for? Like, why you? Like, I don't even know you, bro.
Just calm down, bro. Just calm down. Like I say, my name is Glenn. I work in Building 2, you know, and I know. I'm just telling you now. I know what you and doing. Okay, I know what y'all doing at the job. I already know, and a couple other people know what's going on. And I know you got a girl. I know you got a girl at home. I know that.
What? So what is this about? Like, why you call my phone trying to harass me about some bull? Like, who are you? Like, what is your problem? Like,
hey man, hey, calm down, man. I ain't trying to tell you a little secret or nothing like that. I ain't trying to do that. All right, but I'm gonna be real with you. Okay, like I said, I got one of your names. I got your number from one of our coworkers. Okay, I got your number. I said, hey, I want to give the call. I need to talk to him about something. That's how I got your number. So
who gave it to you?
We'll get to that later. Okay, we'll get to that later. But let me say this though. I know what's going on with you and to the job. All right, and I ain't finna say nothing about it. You know, that's just our little secret or whatever. But I do have something that I want you to do though.
What do you want, dude? Like, what the do you want? You call me, bugging me about and all this bull. Like, what do you want? What do you want?
Well, here it is, man. Listen, I ain't gonna say nothing about what you got going on. All right, that ain't even. I don't even care about that. But here's what I do want you to do. I do need some help from you. All right, listen, my little girl is selling Girl Scout cookies. And I want you to buy 50 boxes of them, all right, via Cash App because she got to have them sold by tomorrow morning.
Are you kidding me? Dude, bro, so you on some blackmail bull. And listen, dude, who the gave you my number? Because you going to call me, ask me to buy some cookies. And you should just be a man and ask me about it. Like, don't be calling my phone trying to give me that bull. Like, come on, man. Like, I ain't got no time for this. Like,
all I'm asking you to do is buy some damn cookies, man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I just want you to buy some cookies. I need you to buy 50 boxes of Girl Scout cookies. Can you do that or not?
No. You ain't gonna call and try to manipulate me into buying, like, you're talking and you're trying to make me buy. So I ain't gonna do nothing for you. Disrespecting me, calling my phone, trying to act like you, like, just trying to manipulate. I ain't down with that, bro. I ain't down with that.
Well, let me ask you, so you don't want to buy my cookies, though. So do you want me to call your girl and see if she'll buy my cookies?
Bro, you better stay the away from my girl, man. Like, don't come near her, okay? You don't call her. You don't come near her. You don't come near me. You just get the out of here. I'm about to start 69. They figure out who you are and come right after you, man. Like, 'cause I ain't playing, bro. I ain't playing.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, man. I ain't gonna argue with you. But I'll get off the phone right now. I'll get off right now, and I'm gonna call your girl. I'm gonna call your girl and see if she want to buy some cookies.
No. You ain't called nobody. You just get you get. I swear to God, I'm gonna find out who you are. I'm gonna find out who gave you that number. I'm gonna call you up. Like, you don't call me trying to harass me.
Okay, hey man, hey, you know what, Adrian? Cool. We still talking about it. All right, I'm gonna get the
right
phone like you. So I'll get off the phone like you want me to, Adrian. I'll do that. But let me ask you this though. You sure you want me to call? You sure you want me to do that? Right? Ain't that her name?
Man, you up an individual. All right, look. How much are these cookies? How much you want?
Hey man. Tommy told me you would buy the cookies.
Tommy?
Yeah. Tommy told me you would buy the cookies.
Tommy?
Hey man, check this out. This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your coworker got me to prank phone call you.
Oh my God, I'm gonna kill him. Damn. I was so shit, bro.
Oh God. So listen, Adrian, we have beeped all the names so nobody knows the names at all, okay? You're good, bro. You're good.
All right, man. You got me. Oh God. I'm gonna take a nap, man. I just used up all my energy. I'm done. Oh God, like.
Hey, what you got?
I am gonna you up, man. I can't believe you got me on this for real.
Tell me this, man. One more thing before we go, Ace. What's the baddest, and I mean the baddest radio show in the land?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show, man, which is what he's got playing every morning. God. Kill me, bro.
How y'all feeling about it?
You play too much.
Little black man with some cookies.
Tommy.
Play too much.
I know you're cheating. But, we can fix that if you buy some of these Girl Scout cookies. That's what I need. It's going down. The nephew will be at Bethesda Blues and Jazz Supper Club.
What time are you going to perform, Tommy?
Back by popular demand. I'm at Blues and Jazz Supper Club. He upstaging.
Oh, no. We want to go see Jay.
I need you to sit down.
He upstaged it.
You just do the jokes.
Come on, Jay.
Yeah, you just
I know
do
when
the
the
jokes.
harmonica's supposed to sit back.
All right, well,
anyway, I'm there Labor Day weekend, Friday and Saturday, without the harmonica man.
You might need to bring him.
No, I don't.
Come on, Jay. Jay, do it again, Jay. Come on.
All right, listen, coming up at the top of the hour, entertainment news right after this.
Boy, that Jay Sean can play, boy.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
In entertainment news, a Minnesota prosecutor charged singer R. Kelly on Monday with prostitution and solicitation related to an allegation that he invited a 17-year-old girl to his hotel room back in 2001 and paid her $200 to dance naked with him. The prosecutor said the 17-year-old girl was trying to get an autograph from R. Kelly, but that he gave her his signature and a phone number. When the girl called the number, she was invited to Kelly's room, his hotel room, and there she was offered $200 to take her clothes off and dance. The prosecutor also said that Robert took his clothes off and they danced together naked. Robert's lawyer called these allegations absurd. I don't think so. I can see it.
R. Kelly ain't never getting out of jail. He's never getting out.
No.
She was a child. She was 17.
She's a child.
So
Yeah,
I
and
wouldn't call
coupled
it
with
absurd.
everything else
No.
that we've seen and heard about him,
Yeah.
it's entirely
well
possible that this could have happened.
yeah,
just
the
like
behavioral pattern that we've been hearing
absolutely.
about.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the way we're going, we'll believe her more than we believe
Yeah.
him.
Yes,
definitely
we will.
Absolutely.
Yes,
He
we
do
will.
better trying to get him a studio built in there.
You know,
He really do.
I'm going on a limb.
In jail. Oh.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say he did it. I'm gonna go out there.
Yeah, I think he did it. Yeah, he did it.
Yeah.
Well, we want justice for the victims.
That is true.
Absolutely, absolutely. Finally, after all these years,
sure.
this happened back in 2001, guys. It's 2019, as we all
You
know.
gotta
Yeah,
take advantage
18
of young
years
girls.
ago.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Look, I told y'all, I got a 14-year-old baby girl.
What I'm talking about?
Man, let me tell you something. Y'all wouldn't even be talking about this here.
Well, when the allegations first came out,
What?
I mean, I felt the same way because, my daughter was a teenager during that time. So, yeah, people and parents, and even if you didn't have children, you know.
People got nieces
felt
and
empty,
nieces and
empty
nephews.
for,
I mean,
their family
I mean,
members and
nieces,
people
not
they
nephews.
knew,
Cousins.
sisters,
Yeah.
little sisters, all of that. So,
They're
yeah.
kids, man.
Yeah. All right, so in other entertainment news, actor Jason Mitchell, we know him from The Chi. He's finally speaking out about his character on The Chi. It was announced last season that his character would be killed off in the third season. So to review, Jason was fired back in May over allegations of sexual harassment. Sources say that things got so bad that his co-star Tiffany Boone would bring her fiance Mark Richardson on set whenever she shot scenes with Jason. Now that Showtime has revealed the fate of Jason's character, he issued a statement that didn't confirm or deny the sexual misconduct reports. To everyone commenting without any knowledge of what's going on, please stop, he said. And to all my supporters, I appreciate you all, and I'm sorry I will no longer be in The Chi. But don't believe what you read in the media. That was Jason Mitchell's statement.
Well,
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they ain't
show
killing
was
you
not
all.
that
playing.
show.
Oh, I love
I don't
it. I
watch
love The
Chi.
Chi. I watch it because I'm from
good, huh?
Chicago.
show.
Yeah.
It's very, very
I
good.
visited
And
the
his
set.
character. Oh, yeah, you have, Shirley.
I visited the set and everything. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
a big fan of the
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
But
Now,
when
this
you
guy
go
that
over to
played
these
Eazy-E?
sets, they are not playing with you. They are not playing. They're taking it serious. And you get charges like this, you're going to be gone.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they ain't
Gonna
killing
be
your
gone.
character for nothing.
No. Yeah.
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 Yeah. What were you saying, Tommy?
This is the guy that played Eazy-E in
Yes,
Straight Outta
Jason-
And
Compton.
Straight
Yes,
Outta Compton,
yes,
right.
yes.
He's
Jason
such a
Mitchell.
great actor.
Good little actor,
Yeah,
man.
he can
Yeah.
really act.
He
This
came
guy.
on Steve's
Yeah.
talk show.
Very
I met
talented.
him. He was-
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he was backstage. I met him. But I didn't know this was coming out.
No. Who
knew?
Who knew? Yeah. Right.
It's really sad.
Yeah, it
This
really is.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was a
I
good show. The character Brandon is
Right.
his character.
right,
on The
Brandon,
Chi.
and I'm sure it's going to change the dynamics of the show.
Yes.
I hope it'll be as good or better.
But he's a big part of the
Yeah,
show.
he's a
but
huge
if he,
part of it.
you can't, have these
Well-
sexual misconducts, and you can't
Nope.
work.
Cannot
Nope,
be
nope,
getting
no,
in trouble, man.
nope.
Yeah, and the show has to go on.
Yeah.
Not gonna
I always
You
go
are
back
not bigger
when
than
you-
the show.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
When do you fight it? I mean, if it's not true, do you fight it or you just, leave the show? Because
Well-
it doesn't seem like he's fighting it. But
Maybe
these
he
shows
is
ain't
lawyered
playing.
up,
They're
and
not
maybe
playing.
this is not the end of it. Maybe he is lawyered up. Maybe he will fight. We don't know.
But it
Fun-
seems like the network, Showtime, they're
Yeah.
showing their actions,
yeah.
what they feel about the situation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
How come I ain't got no more lines? You go. That's it.
All right. Finally, we're moving on now. Finally, it looks like the lawsuit Spinderella, Deidre Roper is her real name, of course. Spinderella filed against Salt and Pepper is headed for mediation. On Friday, a U.S. District Court judge in the Dallas District rejected Spin's request for immediate relief and ordered the case into mediation. As we told you,
They
Spinderella...
arguing
Huh?
What they arguing about?
Oh, it's bad.
Oh, yeah, it's
Either
about
one of y'all
money.
can't get no work without the other one. Who wants to see one? Just one of them. Y'all need to.
Well, Salt and Pepper are together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
It's
are.
the one spin that's
Yeah.
they DJ
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
one that's
And then they
fighting.
DJ.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
here's
they
what
have-
happened, basically in a nutshell. Spinderella claimed that Salt and Pepper has been swindling her out of money for years. So, see, that's her claim. Now, Salt and Pepper is clapping back against those allegations. They say that they've been extremely generous to Spin over the years and slammed what they called her scorched earth approach that brought unnecessary attention to a situation that should have been settled amicably and privately. Now we'll have to wait and see what happens since it's been brought to light and to the public now.
Well, they have a reality show. And
Yeah,
the
they do.
reality show on BET, I watched the whole season of it, Ladies Night with Salt and Pepper
Right.
and SWV. So
yeah.
a lot of the issues that this group has had, Spinderella, Salt, and Pepper,
Has come out.
It's come out.
in the
So
temptation.
I am not surprised to hear about this
Yeah.
lawsuit at all based on what we saw on the show.
Yeah.
Is Spin on the show too?
Yes.
Yeah, she is.
Yes.
All right, moving on. Coming up at about 20 minutes after the hour, tell me something good. We are saluting a soldier. It's a brother who is being hailed as a hero in El Paso. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It's time for Tell Me Something Good. And today in our good news segment, during this horrible tragedies that are going on in both Dayton and El Paso, we want to salute Hero Private First Class Glendon Oakley. Remember that name. Private First Class Glendon Oakley. He saved multiple children during the rampage in El Paso. Private Oakley doesn't want to be known as a hero, and he doesn't want the praise. According to CBS News, Private Oakley, who is stationed at nearby Fort Bliss, was at the mall when the shooting unfolded when he said a child ran to a nearby mall and told shoppers that there was an active shooter. Take a listen.
And all I hear is ball, ball. So I got my license to carry, and I'm in the military. So all I think is get my gun and think fast. So they closed, Foot Locker closed the cage, but some people lifted it. Because I guess they were so scared they wanted to make it out. So I peeled out with them, and I just followed them, and I see a whole bunch of kids just running around without their parents. So I'm just thinking about the kids, so I pick up as many as possible and carry them with me, and another guy does it as well. And I just peeled out. I just hope the kids make it safe, man, because it was a whole bunch of kids just running around without their parents, and I was worried about the kids more than myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Private
Right.
First Class Glendon Oakley there. He said he just wants to forget what happened. He just
Good
wants
job,
to
young
forget
man.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We salute you, Private Oakley, and thank you for your service. And even though you don't want to be called a hero, you are a hero to us. And I'm sure
Yeah.
those
And
children in
it's-
El Paso.
It's not that people left their kids in a situation like that. People just run and just scatter. You know,
Yeah.
you don't really think what's happening, man.
You're running for your life. I mean, this is
Yeah,
life or death at that moment.
You can
and
get
that's what
So
separated
much
from your
going through
kids
you at
easily.
that time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and sometimes, I mean, when you go to a mall, sometimes you may let the kids walk ahead of you.
Yeah.
Because, the teenagers, they want to do their back to school shopping and things like that. So sometimes the kids you're not like withstanding right there with your kids, and something break out, you telling your children to run,
Right.
you just
Yeah.
you may get separated in a
separated, right.
moment.
You know
but
what?
thank God, for Private Oakley saving these children's lives
Exactly.
like that.
And I'm
Man.
glad you said that, Carla, because I think that happens far too often in our society where the parents let their kids walk ahead and they don't keep their eyes on them. I know it's hard to, but you have to. This is not the time to let your kid go wander off and things like that. You can't do it right now. Please keep an eye on your children. Hold their hands when you're crossing the street, when you're together. Just keep them close to you because it can happen in the blink of an eye. I see it just far too often, when the kids separate from the parents. Anyway, I just wanted to say that.
I
But,
can't have mine out of my sight.
Yeah, back to Private Glendon Oakley. Thank you again for your service and for being a hero. We appreciate what
we
you did.
salute you,
Salute
brother.
you for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Coming up next at 34 after the hour, guys, President Trump addresses America, and in a teleprompter slip, he said Toledo instead of Dayton. Jeez. All right, we'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Okay, so yesterday, President Trump addressed the American people following this past weekend's deadly shooting in El Paso and Dayton. Mr. Trump said he sent sincere condolences to the victims and their loved ones
Those weren't sincere.
and condemned white supremacists. He also vowed action. Among his directives and proposals, further restricting the access of mentally ill people to firearms, flagging potential shooters, including involuntary confinement of mentally ill people, working with entertainment companies to curb violent content in movies, TV, and especially video games, having law enforcement work with internet companies such as Facebook to help identify potential shooters, and subjecting mass shooters to the death penalty. However, the president did not suggest any specific gun control, which is what everyone was waiting for and listening for, aside from the restrictions on mental illness. And also the president referred to Toledo instead of Dayton at the time. Yeah.
I think they just put stuff in there because they know he's not going to read it, and they just put Toledo in there. He ain't going to read it. And
But he said Dayton earlier in the speech, and so he didn't correct. You know,
I just
like,
think he don't know the country.
He don't know. He don't know speech. He don't read it. Yeah.
He don't know the Constitution. He don't know the country.
David.
He don't know nothing.
Doesn't pay his taxes.
Yes.
Okay. And some more sad news out of Chicago. This is really, really bad. Chicago had its worst weekend of violence this year, this past weekend. Gun violence, I'll say. 7 people were killed in Chicago. And it's kind of getting lost in the sauce because of the tragedies in El Paso and Dayton. But we have to say that Chicago, we have to pray for the victims and their families in this city as well. This is my hometown. Killed 7 people, 52 people were injured. Yeah, so many killings and injuries that Mount Sinai Hospital in Chicago had reached its capacity. That's how bad it was. Yeah.
So the gun legislation, it needs to happen for the entire country.
Yeah.
There's issues of violence, gun violence in Chicago.
Yeah.
El Paso, Dayton, Ohio, it's everywhere. And so for him to say in this speech it's about video games and entertainment and movies. And
Video games?
That's what he
Yeah,
said.
that's what he said. He's blaming it on the mentally ill.
mental health.
And to demonize people
video
that are
games.
mentally ill, to say that we need gun legislation now. And I don't
Mitch
understand.
McConnell has it. He has it.
Yeah, it's on their desk.
It's on his desk.
He won't call it to the Senate floor.
Right. But to blame it on video games, as we were saying, and mental health, come on.
It's just not the way to do it.
There are a lot of people.
They are not willing to give up these guns.
Yeah, but
they'll say anything.
They don't have to give the guns
willing.
up. Just stop selling these high-powered rifles.
The high-powered rifles.
That's what I'm talking about. That as well.
Yeah.
They are not willing to do it. They are not
What do you
going to
need
do
an
it.
AK-47 for? That's just
You don't. You do not need it whatsoever. I'm just telling you.
You don't.
We've seen how many times have we been here saying when we gonna do something about these guns? When we gonna do something about these guns? We've been here over and over. Nobody is doing it. We talk about it for 2-3 weeks. Right after something terrible happens, we push the envelope a little bit, and then it fades away.
Yeah.
It goes out the door until
the
something
next
else
one.
happens again, and then we talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then guess what? It goes away, and then it just.
And then there's another killing. You're right, Tommy.
That's how it goes.
Right back.
That's the cycle.
Yeah.
It's the cycle.
And I
we're
hate
in.
to say it, I said it to y'all yesterday. Until something happens to one of them or their loved ones where they start looking at this different, and I hate to say that, but it seems like that's what's going to get their attention.
I disagree because the congressman got shot. They didn't do a damn thing. I mean, 2
Oh,
Congress
yeah.
people have
Yeah,
been
that's
shot.
right. Gabby
and they still
Gifford,
didn't change anything. So it doesn't matter. It's the gun lobby.
How
they
is
got
the
a lot of power.
NRA that damn powerful?
Oh, they are.
man.
Trust me. They are.
I mean,
they have the money to finance those campaigns. They are.
Exactly.
They
And when
are
they finance these
powerful.
campaigns, what happens? When you get in the office, you look ahead. You make sure you don't bother us or you don't bother the
absolutely.
NRA. That's how we roll.
But this is the party for pro-life.
Yeah. All right. Listen, keep your comments coming on all social media at Steve Harvey FM. Coming up next, the nephew still in the building to make us laugh with today's prank phone call. Coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. Subject, his goal is to please me. I'll say it again.
Okay.
His goal is to please me. That is the subject of today's Strawberry Letter. But right now, Nephew is here with today's prank phone call. What do you have for us today, Neff?
My goal is to prank you. That's my goal. Right now, it's prank time, baby. And we're going to do this prank right in the middle of the church parking lot.
Oh, okay.
What?
Okay.
Seriously? Messing with the church people.
You can't park up in here.
Yeah.
Let's get it, cat dog. Let's go to the church parking lot.
Hello, this is Brendan.
Brendan. Hey, I'm trying to reach you.
How you doing?
How you doing? Brendan, I just want to make sure I got the right person. You the person that you work at the first of all, I go to
what's your name again?
My name Calvin. Brother
How you
Calvin.
doing?
Brother, I go to St. Missionary Baptist Church where you.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So everything all right?
Everything's fine. Well, I got a little issue, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. Now, you work in the before service start. You work in the parking lot and showing.
I do the attending. Yeah.
Yeah, and you tell people where to park and stuff, right?
Right. Would you looking for some employment? You wanna join us?
Nah. See, the issue I got, man, I've been dealing with this probably about the last 2 months now.
What's wrong, brother?
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to tell you. So the problem is when I come to the church, last couple of months, man, I've been like my regular car done broke down on me. So I got an old van that I've been.
Sorry to hear about that.
Yeah. I got an old van that I've been using to get around in. So now for the last 2 months I've been riding in it. When I come into the church, and I found out who you were, but you keep sending me to the back of the parking lot, and then, I noticed.
No,
bro, not on the real. So you sending me to the back, and I'm noticing when I see cars that's like 2010, 2015 cars.
Well, brother. Well, listen. We don't have no set place where we put model car. I just direct the traffic, brother.
Okay, so you trying to tell me for the last 2 months you just direct traffic, but you directed me to the back every time. But a car behind me or a car in front of me, it'll be going to the front.
Nah, where are you getting this information from?
I didn't seen you, man, send people to the front to park. I didn't seen you do it.
No, I just put the bigger vehicles in the back, and certain it's really no schedule. If you come in, I just direct you to the right or the left. It's really nothing to it, really.
So you're not trying to say so my van being raggedy ain't the reason why I'm being.
No, Brett. No. That's not what we're about. Nah.
Okay.
I'm sorry you feel that way. So I guess this Sunday.
Let me. I'm gonna tell you about this Sunday.
I can make sure.
No. Let me tell you right now. When my van pull up there Sunday, I'm gonna tell you
brother,
right now. If I get sent to the back, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's gonna be a problem if I get sent to the back.
Whoa. Now you don't have to cuss, brother. Just calm down. It's not that serious.
No, it is that serious. Cause I already know. I know I got a ragged ass van. I know that. But see, that's the reason why I'm getting sent to the back, and I know it because the car I had before, y'all was sending me up front. So I already know. I'm just saying. I'm telling you right now, Brendan. I'm telling you right now. It's gonna be a problem if I get sent to the back.
Brother, you just singled me out.
No.
Or did you?
No, I didn't single you out. You are the person that has been sending me to the back, dude.
No, I haven't.
Hey man, why are you sending?
Why are you accusing me of something?
I ain't got because I didn't seen it.
No, you are. You're calling me. You're calling me out of the blue, and you're accusing me of something I'm not doing.
No, you didn't send my ragged ass van to the back. You done done it. You done done it 2 months straight, Brendan. You have done it.
No, I haven't.
Yes,
no, I have not.
Yes, you have. You sent all the pretty cars up front. That's what you're doing. But I tell you what, come Sunday, gonna be a problem.
So now you're threatening me? Now listen. We can meet up at it. We can meet up there before any cars get there. How about that?
I don't care how you want to do it, Brendan.
You actually do know how you want to do it. So bring it then.
Okay, I'm letting you know. My car,
5 a.m.
my van gonna be up front. Comes
your van. It's me and you. How about that? You want to talk tough Tony stuff?
Okay. So you swelling all up now. You all right? So cool.
Sound like you already did. So I guess I'm matching you.
Okay, well, no problem.
You're not gonna call. Listen, brother. Listen. You're not gonna call my phone and threaten me and tell me what you think I did when I didn't do it.
I done
about
told
that.
you, man. You've been
No, I don't
sending
care.
me
No,
to
no,
the
no, no,
damn
no, no.
back,
No, we
man.
passed what you thought.
Okay.
That's what it is.
No,
man.
it's what
That's
I know.
It is.
It's what I know, Brendan. It's what I know. Okay.
Well, listen.
You didn't
Where
send me.
you at right now?
Okay.
Where
You know,
at
we
right
ain't
now?
got work. You know what?
Good
I tell you
about
what.
where you at right now?
Come Sunday, that's your ass then, Brendan.
No. How about what you doing right now?
What you mean what I'm doing right now? I'm at work right now.
Oh. So you at work calling me about some bullshit parking spot?
Oh, okay. Oh, look at the cussing Christian now. Look at you.
No.
Look at the cussing.
No. Matter of fact, you. Okay. If you want to do something, let's do it now. Parking lot. I don't care where we at.
Okay.
Now,
okay.
That's one thing you're not gonna do is disrespect me. I'm telling you that right now, brother Calvin. You bring your ass down here, I'm gonna fold you like a wet piece of paper. You don't know who you f***ing with. Okay. I done been locked up 6-7 years. I'm just in the church trying to get my life together. And you think you're just gonna talk to me? You got another thing coming, brother. I'm going to tell you that right now. So if you want to get it on, meet me in the parking lot right now. I give you an hour to get there, you piece of shit.
See, now you're trying to scare me with your
background.
I'm trying
to tell you what it is.
Oh, no, you're trying to scare me with your background or something. Like, evidently, I ain't know you had been in jail.
With the wrong one.
I'm just going to say this. Do you know Lester that also worked?
Yeah, I know Lester.
He also had the cars parking?
Would you try to buy yourself out of this? This what I'm about to lay on you?
No.
Because now you're talking about, I know a Lester.
Okay. Lester is the person to tell me to call you. This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Brendan, your boy Lester in the parking lot got me to prank phone call you. I brought the lockdown out of you, man. Did I bring the lockdown out of you?
I'm gonna strangle Lester. Y'all got me out here talking reckless. I should hope Pastor don't hear this one.
Well, hang in there, brother, and do this for me, man. Tell me this. What is the baddest, and I mean the baddest radio show in the land?
Man, the Steve Harvey radio show, man.
Hey, man, if you see somebody Sunday, pull up in a van, show them some love, baby. Show them some love.
I might have to call out this week, man. My heart can't take it.
There it is. That church parking lot.
So instead of you just bringing them some water, they out there in the heat.
They chose that ministry, Carl. They chose that ministry. Anybody ask you to take no ministry out in the heat?
Let's go.
It's a different ministry.
Yeah, spoken
Learn
like
the
a
praise
true
dance
Christian.
or something. You the one chose that out there. Bringing y'all no water in the morning. Listen, I'm going to be at Bethesda Blues and Jazz Supper Club Labor Day weekend, Friday and Saturday. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. September the 7th. That's right, September the 7th. I will be in Greenville, North Carolina at the Greenville Convention Center, and tickets are on sale running right now, and they're running like hotcakes. You understand what I'm saying? Because the nephew is coming to town, all right? One more week of me taping my second season of Ready to Love. I'm almost through taping, y'all. The nephew is almost through.
Now.
And let me tell you what the Lord
tell us
did.
anything? Can you tell us anything?
I can't tell you nothing about Ready to Love. You got to tune in, Jay. But I will tell you this, Jay. That first TV show I got on Bounce, Black College Quiz Show.
Yes.
Back again, baby. Back again.
You better
Go
do
ahead,
the
boy.
doggone thing.
Uncle Steve, I got 2 shows. Yeah.
All right, thank you, nephew. Congratulations on everything. Up next, it is today's Strawberry Letter subject. His goal is to please me. Yes, it is. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to Steve Harvey FM and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now. Yes.
Instead of popping her collar, Jay, she pop her letter.
That letter.
That's right.
Buckle up. Hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, nephew. Subject, his goal is to please me. Dear Steve and Shirley, I am a 46-year-old, 6-foot-tall black woman. I became single about 4 years ago, and until recently, I've been enjoying dating and meeting new guys. I don't look my age, and I attract a lot of men that are in their 20s. With heels on, I'm taller than a lot of the guys I date, but they don't seem to mind. I dated a few of the younger guys, but mostly men my age, and I even gave it up to a few of them. That's when the problems start. After a few rolls in the hay, they roll away. When I ask them what happened to run them away, they all have the same answer. They tell me that it's too much, too hot. The extra stuff I do is too over the top. I've heard it all. So now I'm seeing a much younger guy. He's 27 and well endowed and full of energy. We hung out for the past 7 months and thought I had met my match. But recently, he confessed that I was too much for him. So I decided to allow him to initiate sex and have more control. But when he did, I didn't get the satisfaction that I needed. He told me that he doesn't want me to touch him during sex anymore because I have soft hands and my touch drives him crazy. I am a grown ASS woman.
Ass woman, Shirley.
And I love to please a man. But whenever I do anything besides the basic stuff, he doesn't last long and he gets mad at me. We had a talk and he still wants to feel like a man and please me for a change. I am willing to tone it down for him so I don't run him off. How can we come to a happy medium in the bedroom if his only goal is to please me? I want to make him happy. Please help. Okay, well, you got to listen. I mean, what are you doing to these men, girl? I've never heard men turn it down like that, run away. I've just never heard it. Complain and say you're over the top and it's too much, it's too hot. But evidently you're scaring them off like that. I mean, you don't mention exactly what you're doing. You just call it the extra stuff that you do. They tell you that it's too much and it's too hot. Honestly, I don't think we really want to know what she's doing, though. I don't know. I don't know what it is that's got her running them off like that. It's no telling. I mean, she might have some kind of apparatuses, and you just never know what she has going on. So my advice to you is you got to tone it down a little bit, okay? If they're telling you it's too much, it's too hot, you can't keep them, and they're running away, then yeah, you need to change a few things if these are the men you want in your life. My advice is just to stop doing all this extra over the top, too hot stuff. If all these men that you've been dealing with, young and old, if they're running away, telling you you're too much, it's just too much. If you're hearing that, you got to listen to them. You got to take a listen to them. They want you to stop doing all this crazy stuff and just have regular sex sometimes. Just have regular sex. Learn how to get back into enjoying just regular stuff, and not over the top and all of that. If you want a new man in your life that you want to be there for a while, if you're thinking about remarrying and stuff, you don't want to just take them too much too fast. You got to do that sort of thing gradually. Just chill for a minute. Like, who said that? Wesley Snipes the other day. Chillax. Chillax, okay? Come on, Junior.
Come on, Junior.
Yeah, come on.
Don't you see me over here clutching myself? Between Shirley reading that letter, what is we doing in here?
You're hot.
Turn these lights down in this studio.
I knew you were getting hot.
Turn these lights down. I don't know what this woman is doing to these men.
I don't know.
I have no idea. What you mean? I would. I don't know. I ain't never met no animal like this. What is she doing?
No, she didn't say.
I can't believe this. He asking you. Now, ma'am, please, just tone it down for everybody on this show, for sure. We are grown adults, and we don't know what you're doing.
Have you ever asked a woman to tone it down? She was too much?
Oh, no.
Okay. I've never heard of this.
That's why I said, what is she doing?
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
Is you hanging him from the ceiling? What is you doing? I mean, how strong? You're already 6 foot.
Mm-hmm.
This is an Amazon in here.
Mm-hmm.
Please slow it down for everybody.
Yeah.
But the stuff you put in this letter had already slowed my breathing down. I'm over here panting.
But she didn't tell you what she's doing.
I don't know, but
She
the way
didn't
you was
tell
reading what I was seeing, I was like, oh yeah. Okay, you too much. I've never had too much. I don't know what
You
that
don't know
is.
what that, yeah.
I can't explain that.
Are you scared, though?
It makes me nervous.
A little bit.
It
yeah.
makes me a little
I can
nervous.
tell.
Yeah,
I can
I'm
tell.
good. Jay.
All right, let's move it on over to Jay. What you got, Jay? His goal is to please me is the subject.
When we would go to different people's houses to eat, my mama would always tell us to get a sandwich before you go over there. So when you go over there, it don't make me look stupid and just overeat. So what she need to do before these men show up, she need to get a sandwich. She need to, I'm just using that as a term,
Yeah.
you know, like get a sandwich, you know, do what you can do for you so by the time they get there, you understand what I'm saying? Take care of some things yourself, like got that, have a check, did that, did that,
Check, check.
did that, check, did that, spank myself, that. So by the time he show up, all right, I'm gonna come back.
All right, we'll have part 2 of the Strawberry Letter coming up at 23 after the hour. Subject, his goal is to please me. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. Subject, his goal is to please me. A 46-year-old 6-foot-tall black woman wrote this letter. She's single for about 4 years. Until recently, she's been enjoying dating and meeting new guys. But all the guys, after they meet her, they run away. Mostly guys, some her own age, and then some in their 20s. She doesn't look her age, so she attracts younger guys. But that's when the problems start, because she gives it up to them, she says, and then after a few rolls in the hay, they roll away. Those are her exact words. They're gone. She has asked them what happened. They all tell her the same thing. She's too much.
Yes.
She's too hot. And the extra stuff that she does is way over the top.
Wow.
So now she's seeing a much younger guy. She's been seeing him for about 7 months. He has even asked her to tone it down because she, you know, whenever she does anything besides the basic stuff, he doesn't last long and then he gets mad at her. So he's asked her, you know, to reel it in a little bit. You know, you're way over there. Come over here.
Ooh,
So but she says she's willing to turn it down, but when she does that, you know, it doesn't please her enough. So, yeah, she just wants to know how can she reach a happy medium in the bedroom. If his only goal, this new guy, the 27-year-old, is to please him and she wants to make him happy. But seriously, you got to tone it down. If they're telling you this and they're running, you got whatever you're doing.
I don't know.
And you don't tell us what you're doing.
You got your hands on my back.
All right, Jay, you wanted to finish what you were saying.
I was saying that maybe she need to take care of some things herself before the man show up. You know, just get a checklist and check some things off. That way, by the time he show up. Not only that, I'm thinking, how tall is this lady?
6 feet tall.
I'm thinking with heels on, I'm thinking, what, 6'3", like that?
And
So
taller
maybe
than the
with
guys
heels
when
on-
she puts heels on.
With
right.
heels on, maybe her voice changed and she, you know, she sound like that. This ain't nothing to play with. This ain't nothing to play with. This ain't what you thought it was gonna be like. I run this bedroom, okay? All right. Stop crying. Stop crying. You came here.
They're crying, Jay.
Stop crying. You came to work. We do work up in here. When I get that red light in there, that means work gonna be done.
Red light?
Yeah, stop hugging yourself. Stop crying.
Wow.
And sniffling. Be a man. Be a man. You are here to take care of business, and I'll let you know when you're done, okay? I'll let you know.
Well, she's
Watch
doing
me.
something in there.
She doing something. She talking like the devil. That's what the hell she doing.
Yeah.
She talking like the devil.
All right,
Yeah.
nephew.
Put your back into it. Come on now, boy. Boy.
Wow.
Harder.
All right, Tommy.
Okay, Jay.
All right, thank you, Jay. Tommy, subject, his goal is to please me. What you got?
You know what? You're just doing too much.
Yeah, she is. She is.
All right, you're doing too much. People want regular sex. That's all. You ever seen a guy smoke weed? He just want regular weed. That's like Okay, he want regular sex. Some stuff people don't want. That's all he want. Why am I waking up and you standing over me drinking a Red Bull and chasing that with a 5-hour energy? Why is you doing this? I just want regular sex. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why you got hot honey and maple syrup? What is that?
Wow.
What you supposed to do with all of that? Come on now. Okay, you just came home from yoga. Why you got me in the downward dog position? Why am I doing this? Why didn't you just leave yoga? Why am I in this position? Stop. Stop. Well, don't hit me with no whip no damn more. Stop. I can't go to work with this collar on my neck. You're going to have to take this off. Okay, unlock this so I can go to work. Okay, you're trying to do too much.
That's what they
all right,
told her.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
All right, I understand role playing, but come on now. Game of Thrones?
But Tommy,
and you, Jon Snow? You Jon Snow?
Let me ask you this,
I think
Tommy.
I would be.
I asked
Junior
I
would be Jon Snow? What are we doing?
Let me ask you this, Tommy. I asked Junior this. Have you ever been in a situation where you've said it's too much like this? I don't know a man who's done this.
Well, I've said it's, extra. Yeah, I've said that it's a bit extra, but but this right here is just too much.
Yeah, this is too much.
Yeah,
What are you?
too much.
She's
what are
running
you
him
supposed to do with
off. She's running
What are you getting ready to do
off.
with this? What are you doing with this popsicle? What is you supposed to do? No. What is you supposed to do with this popsicle? Okay. Before we go, where my brother handcuffs at? Where's his handcuffs?
She's too much.
What is you supposed to do with that?
She's too much.
What is you supposed to do with that?
Oh, hell no. That's a Brandon iron. Oh, hell no. No, you ain't
What you pouring gas into? What is that?
She's hazing people. She's hazing.
You
her
done turned the
partner?
oven on 325 and you want me to put my head in there. For what? What is that for?
She's too much. All right, guys. Listen, email us or Instagram us your thoughts on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM and check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Now, coming up at 46 after the hour, our forever president, President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, made a public written statement denouncing the lack of federal gun control measures. We'll talk about it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, our forever president, Barack Obama, made a public written statement yesterday about the mass shootings this past weekend in El Paso and Dayton, Ohio. Mr. Obama wrote, "We should soundly reject language coming out of the mouths of any of our leaders that feed a climate of fear and hatred or normalizes racist sentiments. Leaders who demonize those who don't look like us or suggest that other people, including immigrants, threaten our way of life or imply that America belongs to just one certain type of people." Mr. Obama went on to say, this is good. Mr. Obama went on to say, "No other nation on earth comes close to experiencing the frequency of mass shootings that we see in the U.S. No other developed nation tolerates the level of gun violence that we do." And Mr. Obama also criticized the position of elected officials and members of the public who maintain that stricter gun laws will not stop a person determined to carry out mass violence, saying common sense measures can help prevent some killings and save some families from heartbreak. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's what we need.
That's a president.
This is the kind of leadership we need. Yeah.
Never said his name, but we all know who he's talking about.
Yeah, he never mentioned his name, not one time.
Or his successor.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
But this is it's unbelievable. Like he said, the common sense measure.
Yeah.
No, you may not be able to stop everybody, all of this, but you can prevent some of it.
Yeah.
Now, how aren't you on board with that?
I know.
I just don't. Why are you delaying that? How many people have to die for y'all to say, okay, now we need to do something?
Yeah.
How many people?
Yeah, and we say this every time. Every time there's a mass killing, and we say this, how many more people have to die? And here's some more people, Not to mention the gun violence in Chicago over the past weekend. Their most violent weekend this year with 7 people killed and 52 injured in Chicago. But
it needs to stop there, too.
Yeah, it needs to stop. Gun violence.
Violence.
Yeah.
Period.
Yes.
It is not even.
Yeah.
Man. Until you
Was it
travel around
mass
the world.
shooting in New Zealand? They banned those rifles, those assault guns and machine guns and rifles the very next day.
Yeah.
There was no more.
Yeah.
Day.
And remember,
No more.
Dick's Sporting Goods stopped selling them in their stores. Remember that?
Right.
Yeah.
Action, some
Yeah.
type of action.
Yeah.
You don't need that to go hunting.
No. You
You
do.
really
you
don't
don't.
need an AR to go hunting.
That's
No.
right.
Yeah.
That's right, Junior. You're so correct.
Yeah. I mean, so
You
I don't
can't
know
go
what it's.
hunting with that.
You know, they don't even.
You can walk in a gun show and just get whatever you want.
Yeah, in a gun show, you can get them at Walmart.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Walmart. Right.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to switch gears here a little bit. Mr. Obama also wrote, until all of us stand up and insist on holding public officials accountable for changing our gun laws, these tragedies will keep happening. We'll be back at the top of the hour right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, let's change the subject a little while. Let's get some laughter in here.
Yeah.
We need it.
cool.
We need it, in these
for that.
times.
We've
now
been going
more.
back and forth. We've been going back.
Yeah,
and forth.
we
Laugh
have.
Serious, laugh
Yeah.
serious. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We
All right,
need
so-
more laughter.
Yeah, we do. It's time for Comedy Roulette. So, Jay, I'm going to hand it over to you. What do you have?
Here's how we do Comedy Roulette. You take 4 subjects, put it on the wheel. Wherever it stops, we can do the damn thing. Now, the reason we can do this.
Okay,
is
thank you,
because-
Jay. Let's get quickly to the categories on the wheel today.
Pop-ting now.
I did a Steve on you, didn't I?
That was pop-ting now.
We're gonna get through
Read
the.
them, Shirley.
I like when you guys have longer time. Okay, we're gonna do the categories.
Can't tell me times I heard that. Pay good money for it. Go right.
Stuff people say when they have a boyfriend or girlfriend that no one has ever seen, okay? Excuses people make when their credit card is denied. Ooh. Stuff you say,
that's a good one.
that's a really good one. Stuff you say when you burn something in the kitchen. Nobody say nothing. Nobody say anything. I don't want to hear it.
better believe
I
we
don't
hope
want to
it
hear
lands
it.
on
Better hope it don't.
That one bad,
And the last
right.
one, stuff people say who are always late. Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Yeah.
God.
Let's spin that wheel.
Run it.
Yes.
Kitchen.
Kitchen. Yeah, I like that one.
Late.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. It stopped on stuff people say when they have a boyfriend or girlfriend that no one's ever seen. I'm just glad it didn't stop on kitchen. All right, let's go.
I'm going. Stuff people say when they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend that nobody's seen. This is a lady saying this. See, he can't take pictures because he's in Secret Service, so he ain't allowed to be photographed.
Secret stuff.
He's working for the president?
What? He works for the Secret Service, so he can't be photographed.
This is what a dude might say if you ain't ever seen his girlfriend. She just left. No, she just was here.
Go-to.
5 minutes ago, she just walked out. You ain't seen her? She just left.
No, Robert is in Dubai. He working on his residency, so.
Oh, he's a doctor?
But he's supposed to come back for Christmas. But yeah, he working on his residency.
Okay.
Stuff people say when they have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and ain't nobody ever seen him, right? And they say stuff like, I was just at his house last night and we had a great time. We did this.
Some people say when they have a boyfriend or girlfriend that nobody has ever seen.
Yeah.
Well, that's because she babysit her mama, so you got to go over there and see it.
Oh.
She always babysitting her mama. Her mama's
that's
sick
so
right
nice.
now, so you got to go over there and see it. I would take y'all with me though.
Well, his mama live in Jurassic Park, so that's where he is this weekend. He trying to go see her. He got to fight through all them pterodactyls. But anyway,
I heard it all today.
When they have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and ain't nobody saying, see, I'm going to get my flowers at his house, so I told him not to send them to the job because there's a lot of girls that don't get stuff, and I don't want to embarrass them. So when I go over there, they'll be at his house.
Too long. We know you're lying. Too long.
And when we look at you, squint our eyes.
Yes. And twist that mouth, Carla.
You twist mouth? Okay.
Yeah. Some people say when they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend that nobody has ever seen, and they like to lie on them too. They like to lie on them so they make it sound too good. You know they ain't really ain't really nothing. So like you say, hey, where your boyfriend at? Oh, he working in Haiti. He doing a mission down there in Haiti. So he really care about them kids down in Haiti.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Tommy. Go ahead, Tommy.
Come on, Neff.
No, y'all talking about Renee?
Yeah, Renee.
No. Renee is invisible.
Where is she now?
You're imaginary.
She be here. She be here. Hey, Renee here right now.
Wow. All right, guys, more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show, more music, more fun, more ignorance from these guys. Coming up in 20 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, time for some stupid news.
Yeah, there we go. Come on.
As if we don't have enough
group to share it with here.
Give me something.
Stupidity on this show. Okay, so here's a question. Have you guys ever cheated on a urine test?
No.
Someone
Okay.
who had
No.
All right.
I know a lot of people who do.
All right, so I love this story in Stupid News. This is about an overseas professional basketball player who had to take a drug test before being traded to a new team. And when they tested his urine, it said he was pregnant.
You know what?
The drug test said he was pregnant?
Now,
I would have asked, how long am I? How far along am I?
Shirley. Can me and Tommy reenact that? Because that's a reenactment.
Okay,
right
go
there.
ahead.
Tommy, you the coach. I'm the guy. Go ahead.
Hurry.
Go ahead, Tommy. Hurry up, man.
Hey, McAfee.
Hey, yeah, what's
His
up?
name is
What's up,
Cooper,
Coach?
DJ
Cooper. Oh, okay. Hey, Cooper.
What up, Coach?
Coop?
What's going on?
Your urine test came back.
Oh, yeah, how'd it do? Well, everything all right? Straight on board?
You pregnant, Cooper?
Huh, how the hell that happened?
I'll tell you how it happened.
That's what I want to know, Cooper. You pregnant?
Can you run that again?
We don't need to run it again, Cooper.
Like how pregnant?
All right, guys, here's what happened. According to Yahoo News, Cooper used his girlfriend's urine. Neither of them knew
Congratulations,
she was pregnant.
Cooper.
Yeah.
But you still cut from the team.
All right, more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 33 after the hour. Thanks, guys. That was good. Right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It's time for Tell Me Something Good. And today in our good news segment, during this horrible tragedies that are going on in both Dayton and El Paso, we want to salute Hero Private First Class Glendon Oakley. Remember that name. Private First Class Glendon Oakley. He saved multiple children during the rampage in El Paso. Private Oakley doesn't want to be known as a hero, and he doesn't want the praise. According to CBS News, Private Oakley, who was stationed at nearby Fort Bliss, was at the mall when the shooting unfolded, when he said a child ran to a nearby mall and told shoppers that there was an active shooter. Take a listen.
And all I hear is ball. So I got my license to carry, and I'm in the military. So all I think is get my gun and think fast. So they closed, Foot Locker closed the cage, but some people lifted it because I guess they were so scared they wanted to make it out. So I peeled out with them, and I just followed them, and I see a whole bunch of kids just running around without their parents. So I'm just thinking about the kids, so I pick up as many as possible and carry them with me, and another guy does it as well. And I just peeled out. I just hope the kids make it safe, man, because it was a whole bunch of kids just running around without their parents, and I was worried about the kids more than myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Private First Class Glendon Oakley there. He said he just wants to forget what happened. He just
Good
wants
job,
to
young
forget
man.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We salute you, Private Oakley, and thank you for your service. And even though you don't want to be called a hero, you are a hero to us. And I'm sure
Yeah.
those children in El Paso.
It's not that people left their kids in a situation like that. People just run and just scatter,
Yeah.
You don't really think what's happening, man.
You're running for your life. I mean, this is
Yeah.
life or death at that moment.
You can't
and
get
that's
There's so
separated
much
from your
going through
kids
you at
easily.
that time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and sometimes, I mean, when you go to a mall, sometimes you may let the kids walk ahead of you.
Yeah.
Because, the teenagers, they want to do their back to school shopping and things like that. So sometimes the kids you're not standing right there with your kids and something break out. You telling your children to run,
Right.
you just you may get separated in a moment.
You know
but
what?
thank God, for Private Oakley saving these children's lives
Exactly.
like that.
And I'm glad you said that, Carla, because I think that happens far too often in our society where the parents let their kids walk ahead and they don't keep their eyes on them. I know it's hard to, but you have to. This is not the time to let your kid go wander off and things like that. You can't do it right now. Please keep an eye on your children. Hold their hands when you're crossing the street, when you're together. Just keep them close to you because it can happen in the blink of an eye. I see it just far too often, when the kids separate from the parents. Anyway, I just wanted to say that.
I can't have mine out of my sight.
Yeah, back to Private Glendon Oakley. Thank you again for your service and for being a hero. We appreciate what you did. Salute you for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, coming up, our last break of the day, and we'll get to Jay and his What Have We Learned Today segment coming up at 49 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, here we are, guys. Our last break of the day. It's been a good day, huh?
It's a really good day.
Yeah,
we're
trying to heal and move forward, you know.
Yes.
Definitely. Time for Jay's segment. Jay, what have we learned today?
All right, every day on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, when I'm here, we go around the room and people tell us what they learned today. So we like to start with Shirley Strawberry. What's up, Shirley? What'd you learn today?
Okay. I learned something simple that we all knew. President Barack Obama will always be our president, okay?
He will. Yeah.
He just will always be our president. He issued a statement. I mean, he didn't have to do this. He's no longer officially our president. We have a man in the White House who's our president that should be doing things like this. Barack Obama just, made a public written statement denouncing the lack of federal gun control measures in our country. And as usual, he said it with dignity. He said it as presidential as any presidential could. And it reminds you of days gone by and the times we live in now. Yeah. It just reminds you of that.
Right.
So,
right.
Hopefully we'll get back to that in the future, but just know that we're not there now with this president. We're just not. So thank you once again, President Barack Obama, for reminding us how a president should conduct himself.
In case you don't know Trump, that's a pop ting. That is definitely a pop ting, okay? Carla Farrell, what'd you learn today?
I learned that this country, I learned it today, I learned it yesterday, and Tommy said it earlier, we've been having this conversation and lesson. We've been trying to get gun legislation laws passed, and we need to keep talking about it, and we need to put pressure on our political leaders to get something done.
Do something.
Do something. Just like those people chanted in Dayton at the vigil, the candlelight vigil for the victims in Dayton, Ohio. Do something. That's what I learned today. I'm going to be a part of helping to get something done. We got to vote. We got to do our part, y'all. We got to put pressure on them. That's what I learned today, Jay.
All right, Carlos. I like that.
Yeah, I got deep.
You did.
But it's time.
Okay.
Sometimes it's time.
It's deep times right
deep
now.
times.
It
Deep
really
times.
is.
Deep
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
All right, Junior, what'd you learn today?
Well, I know Carla went deep. I'm not down there. I'm finna come right back up to the surface. I learned that if you gonna do a drug test, I've learned that usually get the urine from the same person as you. In other words, if you a man, get urine from a man. What is you asking your girl for? Why is you asking her?
You're talking about the stupid news
Yeah.
story we had today.
Man, get somebody that look like you.
Yeah.
That's what I learned today.
Okay, all right, we'll take it. Yeah. Okay, that's what you learned.
Yeah.
No
That's what you
judgment
learned.
here.
That's exactly what I
No
learned.
judgment, I know. We don't judge what you
No,
learned.
no,
Tell me
no,
what
no,
you
no,
learned
no.
today, man.
Jay. Jay. I learned if a woman need that much sex, like the woman in the strawberry letter,
Yes, sir.
you need to pack your stuff and run.
That's what you're doing.
Regular sex wins every time.
Yeah.
All this buck wild stuff is just a bit too much for me. Slow it down. Slow it down.
All right. Good advice.
Yes, very good advice. Okay, here's what I learned today. To show you what kind of president we have in the White House. When it comes to talking hate, he can speak for 2 hours nonstop. But when it comes to being sincere and serious and have some feeling and compassion, he has to read it. That proves what kind of person he is. That means it ain't in his heart. He has to read it. If he talks hate, he can talk all day long. He can go off the cuff and just have a good time. Hate this group, hate that group, hate that group. But when it comes to compassion and feeling for people who live in this country, who don't look like you, who don't act like you, who are different from you, he got to read it. That means it ain't there. That's what we got in the White House. That's what I learned today.
Well said, Jay. And it's Dayton, not Toledo, Mr.
Yeah,
President.
it's Dayton, not Toledo. Yeah. He just don't give a damn. He just don't. Yeah. That's the president of the United States. Yeah. Hate off the cuff. Compassion, write me something down.
Right. And we have to remember these times, because next year, the election is a year away, over a year away. So we have to remember this stuff because we have a tendency to forget. And when we go in the voting booth, we have to remember all the stuff that has gone down, all the things he said, all that send her back, all that stuff. We have to vote him out of office.
Yeah. I say impeach his butt and then defeat his butt. That's what we need to do.
Impeach and defeat.
That.
Yeah.
Impeach and defeat. Right.
Yeah. I'm with you, Jay. Yeah. Because you're right, Jay. He can go to those campaign rallies.
Yo, man, he can talk for 2 hours.
Off the cuff.
Off the cuff.
Hate, violence. He can talk about all that at those rallies. But you're right, Jay. When it's time to be presidential, he can't do it.
He got to write it down.
He has to read the teleprompter.
And taking that stupid breath. I hate that, man.
Through the nose.
That long ass tie.
That hair.
He is our president, but come on.
He's our president. We much have respect, but he didn't show Barack Obama any.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Off the cuff hate.
Were you going to say something, Tommy?
America.
This can't be. This is not America. This can't be America where we
got a lot of issues, though. We do. And I'll be honest with y'all. To me, America is like a student that's good at some things, but we suck at a lot of other things.
Well, we can fix a lot of this if we have, the other side would help, Tommy.
We're the richest country in the world. We we have so much going for us. We're free.
I tell you what, you don't want to live no place else.
Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you. We love you. Bye-bye.
We love ya.
Bye, everybody.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.